Well, a very good morning to you. I'm Jenny Kirk. You're watching the Jenny Kirk YouTube channel. And today we've got a fairly quick and simple box opening and review. But without further ado, let's take a look. What we have here is catalogue number 37-478, and this is the one-plank wagon in LMS Bauxite Livery from Bachmann. Now, it's a fairly mundane wagon. The base wagon itself, in this improved branch line specification form, has been in the range now for some time, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's an unimportant wagon. And I do like to do some of these reviews from time to time of some of the little things that maybe are a little bit hard to get a review of otherwise. And this wagon falls very much into that category. It's been in the Bachmann range in both the LMS livery and the later BR liveries for quite some time now, but this is interesting insofar as it's an LMS bauxite colour. Previously I've seen it in the LMS grey livery, even though it's always been presented as being a vacuum braked model. We have actually reviewed the base wagon before. It appeared in the Garstang and Knott End Railway liveries, a special commission for a shop in Fleetwood, I believe, and we looked at it quite closely then. The livery itself was a little bit fictitious for this type of wagon, but here it's presented with an accurate livery for the wagon that it is. And these would have been used for things like farm machinery, farm implements, things like that didn't need the surrounding of a more conventional open wagon. And we can see on the top we've got the representation of the chain pockets, which would have allowed a load to be roped and sheeted down. One of the things that I have noticed though, actually, it's shown up on the extreme close-up lens, is that there's a number of little marks on the top face of the wagon, and I believe these are to do with the injection moulding tools and how the model is parted from the mould, but they do actually show up, and once you've seen them you can't unsee them, and that for me is a small detraction, but a detraction nonetheless. If we look at the underside, it's a vacuum braked wagon, so we've got the vacuum cylinder there acting on all four wheels. The couplings themselves are presented in NEM pockets, non-cranked as we would expect these days, and we've got fitted as standard the Bachmann narrow tension lock couplings, but they're quite easy to swap out for KDs or any other NEM pocket based couplings that you might be wanting to use for yourself. The wheels themselves are Bachmann's 3-hole disc wheels, are pretty standard, but I must admit that the Bachmann offerings of these particular wheels I prefer to the Hornby ones because they have a much narrower lip on the front face, and I think that does improve the look quite well. We've got buffers there. They're finely turned metal heads, but they're not sprung, but it doesn't really bother us. The livery application is fairly simplistic. We've got this bauxite brown, quite a deep chocolatey, almost the Southern Railway chocolate brown type colouring. And then we've got the number, the tonnage it'll carry, LMS, and then we've got the tear weight at the other end, and we've got a duplicate of that on the other side. There's not really much else to say about this. The plank detail on the floor is nicely presented, and the colour of that wood is, in my eyes, a very, very aesthetically pleasing colour presented on a wagon in this scale. It's something that provides a little bit of variety in your wagon fleet over and above the open wagons and the box wagons that Bachmann already do. They do the conflat wagon in a livery to suit the Great Western Railway, but in terms of the one-plank wagon, this is very much the domain of the London Midland and Scottish Railway, so it will also be suitable for container traffic, things like that. And certainly Bachmann do sell the assortment of containers separately, some of which are presented in LMS livery, so this wagon is going to get paired up with an LMS insulated container and will make a great addition to my Big Four railway stock. The real wagons would have roamed the whole of the UK, UK. They weren't just confined to the LMS region, and they would have allowed containerized traffic to be sent literally from door to door by virtue of working on and off the LMS system. So I have to say it's a pretty good steady offering from Bachmann. It's well presented, a good solid 9 out of 10 on my made up on the spot scale, well, I'm looking forward to adding this to my collection. Just one further thing to point out, we've got a very nice rendition of the Wagon plate in there, and I can see LMS detail on that and the Wagon number, and under the macro lens I am very, very confident that the tampo printing will be up to the standards that we've come to expect from Bachmann. Anyway, I hope that's been informative to you. Don't forget to like this video, share it too, and also subscribe to the channel. You'll be the first to know about new videos as and when they go up. But until next time, you take very good care of yourself. And this is me, Jenny Kirk, saying bye for now. If you liked today's video, please consider checking out my Patreon page where you can help me to keep making the videos that you love. Thank you. Today's video has been brought to you by my books, Bringing Home the Stars, Twinkle Little Star, and also you can get the complete comic collections of All Over the House, Books 1, Books 2, and also the wacky zany Life of Knobty Mouse. Thanks, and catch you later.